How's it going? This is your Supply Chain Pro here, and in today's video we will answer the question, how do I get promoted at my job? The number one thing that can influence a promotion at your job is your attitude. Your attitude can mean a lot of things, but at the end of the day, your attitude is remembered by those making the decisions as how you interact with those around you. Maybe it's your coworkers, maybe it's your boss, maybe it's your customer. Or it could be the product or equipment at your job. Overall, how do you work with all of the moving parts within the company? The best thing that you can do is to begin to make a positive experience with all of the different aspects of the company around you each day. As you interact with your coworkers, are you known as the troublemaker and conflicting employee? Or are you known as the positive and supporting employee, always trying to help others and do what is right? Do you have tension with your boss? Do you resent them? The best thing that you can do is show your boss the respect that their position requires and help them to do their job. Now, some of you might say you don't like your boss, that you have a bad boss and your boss is selfish, or your boss is insert whatever bad character trait they have here. What you need to consider is that your boss, without a doubt, is the person with the most influence on your ability to get promoted that is not you. In the event that your boss makes the promotion decision, their opinion of you controls 100% of that decision. In the event that a higher level boss is responsible for the promotion decision, that higher level boss likely wants the perspective of your current immediate boss to understand what type of employee you are. So you have to create a good professional and respectful relationship with your current boss. It doesn't mean you have to be going out after work and partying together and doing all sorts of crazy fun things together outside of the job, but the key here is to build trust and respect with your superior. It's very difficult for a boss to recommend a promotion of someone who currently reports to them, who resents them or challenges their authority. If you're looking to get promoted, you have to look at your company and ask yourself, is this something that I will be okay with, the responsibilities of the next level position? For example, if one of the main responsibilities of the position is getting in front of people and talking on a stage in front of 50 or 100 different people, and you have a fear of public speaking, you may not be the best candidate for that position right now. It doesn't mean that you can't work on this or you can't take the time and the effort to become a better speaker, to fill the role in the future, but it's something that isn't going to happen overnight. Something else you should consider is, are you okay with what the company is going to ask of you in the new role? Some of us are in a place where we may despise our jobs, we may despise our employer, we may despise everything about our company. And my advice is, if you're looking to get promoted at a place that you despise, you may want to reflect on how you feel is not necessarily going to get any better after the promotion. Getting paid more short-term feels great. But after 3 or 6 or 9 months, will those feelings go away with the new responsibilities and pay from your new position? And after 6 months or 9 months or whatever length of time, those negative feelings that you have may come back, and the money doesn't always matter as much anymore because you're still in the same spot that you were before if you resent your employer. Look at your organization and look at your team to make sure that it is a situation that you will be happy in, and taking on more responsibility oftentimes comes with managing or leading others. Maybe the position requires a higher level of attention to detail or higher levels of financial responsibility. Are you okay with these things? These are some of the reasons why there's higher pay for these higher levels of responsibility, because there's more to do or more things that could go wrong that could have a greater financial impact on the company. Make sure you're prepared for these responsibilities of the position and not just wishing for a higher salary. One way that you can set yourself up for a promotion at your job is to be the best at your level. Be the best performer, have the best attitude, be the most reliable. You will want to be at the top of the list in every positive category that you can in your employer's eyes. Are you the one who is known for consistently meeting your deadlines? Are you the one who everyone can turn to when they have a question? Or are you the one who everyone assumes is in the bathroom when you're not at your workstation? Everyone should be able to see it, and the goal of this point is to make the decision for a promotion clear and obvious to the company. If it's clear and obvious to your coworkers and your bosses that you are the best employee at your level, then it makes any decisions between you and another candidate very easy for a boss to make when the time is right. If you are seeking a promotion, you will want to make yourself a wealth of knowledge within your department and your company. Start with a mastery of the department's policies and procedures. You will want to be known as a rule follower. At some point after getting a promotion, you may be responsible for not only following procedures, but also enforcing them as well. The more time that you spend now understanding, learning, and complying with company policies and procedures, your boss and your organization will observe and take a positive note. On the flip side, it is nearly impossible to get promoted if you have a bad reputation for being inaccurate, sloppy, or being a rule breaker. If you have a reputation for not doing what you're supposed to, it's very hard to justify promoting someone no matter what their strengths are. Some people may view this next point as being a teacher's pet or being a kiss up or being a suck up. Regardless of whatever phrase may be used to describe this, it is a legitimate technique to getting promoted. However, sometimes this can come with social consequences, and it can lead to resentment from your coworkers because ultimately they question the legitimacy of your confidence and your ability to do the job. Oh, Ken, for example, only got promoted because Ken sucks up to the manager, and the manager likes Ken, or whatever that is. And although it might help you to get the position, it may hurt you in fulfilling the position long term because of what it does to the employees around you, especially if they are going to report to you after the promotion. Your Supply Chain Pros tip is to have a respectful and sometimes positively joking relationship with all employees on the job, not just your boss. If you embody this approach, no one can criticize you for sucking up because you are respectful and positively joking with them all as well. And you might have a little bit of fun in the process. Our attitude plays the biggest role in the long-term success of our career or while we are on any job. Do we have a willing attitude? Are we willing to do our best? Are we willing to try when inevitable change comes? Are we acting like leaders that have a can-do attitude? It doesn't mean we're going to be successful every time, and it doesn't mean we're going to hit a home run every time we are at bat, but do we have an attitude in which we are willing to try our best? Are we known for having a positive attitude, or are we known for having a negative attitude? Are we always down in the dumps, bringing people down and very cynical? Or do we have a positive outlook on the job that brings people together, is collaborative, respectful, and builds other people up? Having a positive impact on your team's morale and on your business's bottom line is an excellent way for a boss to justify a promotion. Sometimes getting a promotion takes time. If you just started your first day or your first week on the job, you may not know everything yet. You may not be able to fulfill the responsibilities of the higher level position that you want. And there is a learning curve for every position, and some learning curves are longer than others. Sometimes there is a qualification requirement that is marked on a job opening, or maybe the company has identified that they're looking for a certain type of person with a certain set of strengths. It is industry experience that a manager would rather bet on a promotion of someone that they know, who they trust, that is a good employee, that might not be a 100% perfect match to the qualifications for the position, but is close enough. I would bet on that candidate 9 times out of 10 before I take someone off the street. When a hiring manager hires from the outside of the organization, they don't know what they are getting until the new hire shows up and is somewhat trained. They don't know what their strengths are, they don't know what their weaknesses are, they don't have a relationship of trust, and they're only going off of what they see on the resume and what is presented to them in the interview, which may or may not be fully true and transparent. You may not have the exact qualifications that are needed for that position right now, but if you can show your company that you can do the role or that you could grow into that new role, you might not be a perfect match right now on paper, but you have the potential to be in the future. Your employer is more likely to bet on you than bet on someone from the outside. When it comes to hiring outside of the job, the realm of possibilities are totally open. And the reality is there's a 50% chance that who they hired is actually who they say they are. They might have the experience, but they might not be a good cultural fit. They might have the qualifications, but they might not be a good employee. You will want to show your employer that you're trustworthy, that you're responsible, that you're capable, and that you're willing to learn. Show some interest by speaking with your boss about a current opening or your aspirations for a future opening. Communicate your interest and ask what you need to do today to eventually get into that new role. The answer from your boss might be simple. Just expressing your interest might lead to that job or that promotion, but your boss is probably going to give you some feedback. It might not be easy to take. It might not be easy to hear, or it might just be guidance. It might be what you need to study to grow. It might be what you need to work on and get better at. It might be performance feedback. It might be criticism. Can you accept it? And can you take it? And can you change? My advice is not to let your emotions or your pride in your workmanship get in the way of your job promotion. You might not like what your boss has to say, but at the end of the day, if your boss holds some level of responsibility to getting you to the next step, listen to it, apply it, and once you've been able to master the feedback so it is not able to be criticized anymore, ask again if that boss has more feedback. If you repeat this cycle, there will become a point where there is no more constructive feedback to be given on your candidacy or work performance, and you will be in a spot where a promotion is clear and obvious because there is nothing left to improve upon at your current level. If you have a great, terrible, or unique promotion situation, comment down below. If you found value in the content of this video, please like and subscribe. This is your Supply Chain Pro, out.